You've heard of a detox for your body, even a detox from technology, but have you ever detoxed your pantry? Chef Mary, one of my favorite human beings on earth from Olive and Finch, is here to teach us how to declutter and reset. This is exciting. Okay, so break it down. What in the world is a pantry detox?
Okay, so a pantry detox isn't about throwing everything out. It's really, or even about being restrictive. It's really just like resetting and making sure that the things that you have in your pantry really serve you well.
Got it.
And I mean, I don't know about you, but like I go to the, going to the grocery store is like one of my most favorite things to do.
Is it really?
And I just like to buy stuff because I like to buy things. And then I go and I'm hungry and then I'm just buying random things.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
And then it just sits in my pantry for years on end. And then just that clutter drives me crazy.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay, so where do we start here, Chef Mary?
Okay, well, the first thing you want to do when you're basically detoxing your pantry is take everything out.
Okay, so remove everything.
Remove everything,
Okay.
like wipe down the counters, wipe down the shelves, like all the crumbs that are on the floor.
Yeah, you know they're there.
Yeah, they're
Mine are
totally there.
Yeah,
They're totally there. And then start looking at everything. So I'm gonna be a little embarrassed because I'm gonna tell you.
Please do.
There's things that I have in my pantry.
From,
well, let's look.
Yeah.
This is from 2016. And I was in 2016, what was I doing? 10 years ago, I was really into like exotic foods. This is huitlacoche, which is like a corn fungus.
Oh, nice.
And I was just like, I'm gonna buy this. It was super expensive and I'm gonna cook with it and make something fancy. And it's still 10 years later sitting in my pantry. Yeah, there was also, I went to Trader Joe's one year and I was like, oh, I need this because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I bought gravy. It's been sitting in my pantry since 2025, or actually expired in 25, so I probably got it in 24.
Nice.
Barbecue,
You were into the barbecue
I was
phase.
really into the barbecue phase.
Yeah, we've all had that.
And this is from 2022. So, and then the pasta phase.
Oh,
right?
of course, who doesn't?
Hearts of Palm. Have you ever had Hearts of
My
Palm
mom
pasta?
loved those.
I loved it too, and I literally decided, it's like, well, I'm gonna order like cases of this from Amazon, because you can't find it in the grocery store. So I bought like cases. I literally have all of these cans left from 2017.
Amazing. I like how honest you are.
I know, and actually I'm embarrassed, but not really, because
No.
it's just helping everybody else.
You're showing us through.
Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. So, okay, before the segment, you were telling me read labels like a chef.
Yes.
I have no idea what that means. Talk to me.
Well, processed foods, right? Everything here is basically a processed food, and they talk about like, dietitians are gonna tell us don't eat processed foods, but there are processed foods that are really good for you.
Okay.
So for example, if there are ingredients that have items that you've never seen, probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah,
right?
probably stay away.
Yeah, stay away. I always look for sugar content.
Smart.
Like I've got young kids at home, so I want to make sure that like, yes, I'm gonna get them packaged foods because it's easy, but I really want to make sure that it's serving them well.
Yeah, and you look at the corn, you look at all the ways they say
I do.
Fructose and
So
corn syrup.
One of the things I love for my kids is beef jerky.
I
It's a
love
great
beef jerky.
snack.
Yeah, a
It's
lot of
great
protein.
Snack. But look at this. Look at there's 5 grams of sugar in here, 590 grams of sodium.
That's a lot.
In this beef jerky. But if you look at this beef jerky or this beef jerky, I mean, literally, there's 1 gram of sugar here, and there's only 85 milligrams of salt in here.
Dang.
And this is a Colorado brand.
Oh, wow.
which
So
is
you're
really
going
cool.
local.
Yeah, you're going local as well.
Smart.
And then this one literally has 240 milligrams of salt and I think only a couple of milligrams of sugar.
That's phenomenal.
So it really makes sense to make sure that you're always looking at labels.
So sugar's a big thing to look at, especially,
Sugars.
and sodium.
Yeah, sugar and sodium, and then anything that you can't pronounce.
You're getting out of there.
Yeah,
get
out of there.
Run, people,
Get
run.
out of there.
Now, I'm really into I'm a snacky girl, but I'm not going to lie. They're not always the healthiest. No. So any suggestions for a snack girl over here?
Yeah, so, these are the things that I actually have in my pantry. I literally pull the stuff out of my pantry.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So nuts.
Yeah.
Love the nuts. I get small bags like this to put them
great.
in my kids' lunches. I give them little small packs of beef jerky. This is great because also it has 10 grams of protein.
Huge.
And very little added sugar.
Amazing.
So this is great. I also love, they love the salty, right?
Yes,
And
totally.
the crunchy. So instead of potato chips, I like to do Skinny Pop.
Nice.
Seaweed.
I love seaweed.
So good.
Because it's so salty.
It's salty, but
it's
it doesn't
good for you.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of salt. This is 20 calories.
Oh, wow.
And kids are really into, I don't know about you, but my kids love sushi.
Yeah.
And so they can eat this like potato chips.
Your kids have good taste, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Sushi's
Thank you.
delicious.
And then, honestly, like at the end of the night, I always want something sweet.
Always.
So I don't go for the ice cream. I go for dark chocolate.
Smart, because that's really an antioxidant, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
Okay, that's very important. Okay, so what are some ways that I can keep my pantry organized? Because as soon as you take them all out, you clean, then it's like, it blew up.
Oh,
Tell
no, I
us.
get it.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is make sure I put all of my my ingredients together. So I like to put all my canned goods together, all my sauces together. I like to put my snacks together.
Smart.
You can also just do breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner.
Oh, that's smart.
But the one thing I really love is label.
Label maker. I know there are people out there
Labeling.
love this.
Yeah, and the reason why, so I come home from the grocery store and I'm like, my husband, my kids, I make them help, right?
Smart.
Put away the groceries. They never know where to put away the groceries. And then I end up having barbecue from 10 years ago. Or no, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Not that
No
bad.
shame.
Yes, no shame. So actually, I didn't use it because I didn't use it. I didn't use it because I couldn't find it.
Oh.
That's why. That's why.
Smart. So you use this to say what, like snacks or
Yes,
I
or
see.
like sauces,
Lunch.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
smart. People go crazy with these. Then they start labeling the cat, the dog. You know what I mean? I've seen that.
Well, I've got twins, right? And they look a lot alike. I've thought about this. I'm like, I should label one just on the forehead.
A, B. I got you.
Yes,
now.
well, baby A, baby B.
Of
Yeah,
course.
because they were twins.
That's
so, yeah.
hysterical. All right, thank you so much, Chef Mary. You guys can connect with Chef Mary by following her on social media. Her handle is at Chef Mary Nguyen. You can also stop by in Olive and Finch, as I do almost every week. They have 5 locations and also are in the airport. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This was lovely. Detox, people.